турок именно проколол шины, потому что машины на русских номерах.
Все адекватные люди собрались, и уже тут неважно, русский ты или не русский.
Вы сталкивались с какой-либо дискриминацией?
Нет, в Турции не сталкивался.
Знаете, сейчас популярна русофобия, то есть вас это вообще не коснулось, да?
Да, не коснулось, да более того, тут даже, как бы, казалось бы, она могла там столкнуться, ну, типа, от украинцев, но вот здесь вот живет украинец, вот тут киевлянин, да, и абсолютно нормально.
Нет, в принципе, здесь все в порядке, все хорошо, особо никто ничего не говорит.
So guys, hello, my name is Vita. Welcome to my 1-hour live stream, and I'm specially live streaming for you from Ukraine, city Sumy. And today we're gonna discuss, as always, one of video, and I will react on that. So due to our new reaction video format, and today the name of this video, the topic of this video is how bad is RussiaPhobia on the street. And we're going to discuss if that's really true situation and if really Russophobia exists. You will hear my opinion. You will, of course, react on this video as well. What do you think? Because we're going to discuss that in Ukraine, and mostly the video is going in Turkey, but you're going to tell me how is the situation in your country, probably. So maybe you met some refugees, some people, and you know how the situation is there. So are you tired of the hookup dating scene America has become? Have you practically given up on finding a traditional woman that truly wants to settle down with you for a life? Well, I promise you, here's the hope for you, but only if you play your cards right. And now, guys, we continue watching this video, and then we're gonna discuss that.
Про русских, я считаю, что здесь, в принципе, все адекватные люди собрались, и уже тут неважно, русский ты или не русский.
Ну, думаю, да, пару таких моментов было, типа в банках.
В банках?
Открытие счета, да. В Грузии было достаточно проблематично открыть счет, и в Турции тоже спрашивали депозиты как обязательно, а раньше, я знаю, мы товарищи открывали без этого. А так, думаю, на этом все. Есть какие-то касательно бытовых личных вещей, я думаю, нет.
Если человек нормальный, то никакой русофобии к нему нет. Если он как бы себя нормально ведет и сам не пытается никого провоцировать, то все эти разговоры про русофобию, они очень преувеличены, мне кажется.
Нет.
Ну, знаете, сейчас русофобия популярна.
Да, нет, не сталкивалась.
А как вы думаете, почему русские как бы массово сбежали в критической ситуации в своей страны, а отношение к ним все равно нормальное, хорошее?
Я думаю, что, может быть, потому что те русские, которые убежали, они как раз были против того насилия, которое творится сейчас в России.
Сбежали русские.
So, guys, the topic is Russophobia. The definition, I guess, is clear to everybody. So Russophobia is something against Russia. So, and we're gonna discover if Russian people really, in real life, are affected by this hatred, not only from side of Ukrainian people, but also from foreigners. Because as you see, this video is made in Turkey. As you know, Turkey is a big friend of Russia. Also kind of friend of Ukraine, you know, but still a much bigger friend of Russia. And, you know, I personally have been living in Turkey for many years, around 8 years, something. I have been working there, living, studying language. So I actually felt there at home. I had many friends. And by the way, mostly of my friends there in Turkey were Russian women, actually, who came there, who got married with Turkish guys. Some retired people, but rich people, Russian people or Ukrainian people, like pensioners who has their money, who bought the property there, who would like to breathe, you know, fresh sea air, to eat fresh fruits, and actually to live their calm life. So Russian people feels at Turkey at home. If there are now any difference because of the war, you're gonna see that in video. And as I see, actually no difference. But this story has two sides, as always, as every coin has both sides. And we're gonna discuss who who created this definition, Russophobia, why, what for, and if it really exists. So let's continue.
С деньгами, сбежали русские с мозгами. Они приезжают и обогащают чужую экономику. Кто этому будет не рад? В Турции цены на жилье поднялись вот так вот. Пиу! Неплохо, кратно выросли. О чем тут говорить? Кто от этого в плюсе?
Ну, потому что, наверное, уехали русские, которые, в принципе, ну, адекватные, да, которые являются, ну, либо пацифистами, либо, как минимум, не желающими умирать там, на поле войны, да. Мы знаем, что после мобилизации был большой вот отъезд людей. И, может, не все из них пацифисты, но, по крайней мере, они не хотят сами убивать. И в наших нынешних реалиях это уже немало. Ну, то есть, может, кто-то и сталкивается с русофобией, и если назвать русофобией то, что, например, заблокировали карточки, да, то, что нет возможности там поехать в Европу, то, наверное, это русофобия так называемая коснулась всех, но я бы не называла это русофобией, я бы назвала это как бы попытками сдержать, да, ну, как бы агрессию, может быть, неудачными, может быть, неточечными, да, но как уж могут, что называется.
I actually agree with this lady, and you may have a reasonable question. Why actually these people, Russian people, why they all go to Turkey? Because first of all, Turkey is very close. It's very cheap to go there. They don't need any special permission or visa or something. So it's very easy. It's very easy. It's easy also for Russian-speaking people to find there a job, especially if you are a good professional in your professional area, you have your professional skills. Turkey has a lot of touristic areas where Russian-speaking people always can find a job and can be paid quite well, maybe just for the season, but still. So, why? Because of economics. We know all that Erdogan, first of all, of course, is interested in the interests of his own country. So first of all, he is going to protect the interest of his own country. And that's not a secret. That touristic area is one of the biggest part of Turkish economy. Russian people invested and bring a lot of money to Turkey, not only as a tourist, but also they buy property, they create some business, they start some business. So actually Russian people feel at home in Turkey. And as this lady say, and all the rest people in this video, as you will watch, actually they almost never feel any negative attitude, not from the local people, I mean Turkish people themselves, but also from Ukrainian people. And that's true enough that the high percentage, we are not going to tell everybody, like this lady said, but of course, high percentage of people who decide to escape, to run away from Russia, they are either pacifists, so they don't want to be involved in war, or absolutely disagree with Putin's politics. So they don't want to live in this trash. They don't want to bring up kids in this trash. So that's why they decide to move out. And I'm sure a lot of these people who moved there, they're not going to be back to Russia never again. So people try to get some citizenship, to buy some property, to have a permanent residency, to open some small shops or whatever, like rent a car, so whatever. Some Russian people really have a lot of money, so they can feel they're absolutely comfortable. So here's the question. If two normal people meet each other on the neutral territory, not on the territory of Russia and not on the territory of Ukraine, how are they gonna deal that? I would like to say that these people who have been interviewed, they are just lucky one, because they really didn't feel negative attitude even from Ukrainian people. But that depends on the individual case, you know, that depends how you behave, that depends what you say, that depends on your actions. If you're sitting in the bar or on the beach in the evening drinking, will start to declare or some anti-Ukrainian mottos, some phrases, will start to insult Ukrainian people, culture, whatever, nationality. So of course there will be a big fight, and of course these people gonna get some negativism and this kind of Russophobia. Sometimes, as I guess, who told this? Tom told, made a comment about that he feels sorry about all Russian people, because among them some are really good ones. Why they should suffer? First of all, in the global meaning, there exists the definition of collective responsibility, because you guys grow up this monster, you let him to be the monster, and because of your silence or neutrality, you actually intentionally or not intentionally let this shit happens in Ukraine. But honestly, not only in Ukraine, some countries of Caucasus, you know, and all the rest. So the appetite of Russia, we know all are big appetites. So that's why it's all individual cases. Of course, civilized people. And of course, as you know, I have Russian people and friends among Russian people, Russian friends. Yeah, and if they have absolutely normal mentality, why should I have some negativism or negative emotions towards them? I can freely demonstrate my hatred to Putin, to war events, and these people never will tell me like, Vita, shut up, or stop thinking like that, or still here a lot of good people, or stop hate all Russians. No, thanks God, these people never told me like this. In the moments when some catastrophic disaster happens, like in Kakhovka, you know, a lot of dramatic situations, then it's just a natural process when every person will feel hatred towards all Russian as in a global meaning, towards the whole nation, because we think they all have the same blood, same genetics, same mindset, and people normally can't control their emotions. That's just the weakness, that's just emotional condition of every person, and we shouldn't be judged for that, because actually we have right for that, and I insist on this. But yes, civilized people, of course, they will try to see if the person is fine and he's not brainwashed and he's not supporting the war. Why then we can't drink coffee together? Why our kids cannot play together? Or why we cannot go to the beach together or sit in some restaurant? That's absolutely civilized things. Yeah, so, but of course, if the person behave on public in an appropriate way, say something offensive, of course, will be some Russophobia.
Вообще нет, я бы не сказал. То есть даже косых взглядов я не помню за год с небольшим, то, что здесь нахожусь.
Нет.
Сейчас популярна русофобия, вас это никак не коснулось?
Вы знаете, это прям было, можно сказать, на повестке, но вот я недавно нашел работу в Европе, катался туда на собеседование, катался на подачу загранпаспорта в Рим, и у меня была паника, честно говоря, при прохождении границ, при прохождении собеседования, но ни там, ни в Германии, ни в Италии, ни с будущим работодателем, ни здесь, в Фитиле, в Турции, вот даже намеков не было на то, что какие-то есть проблемы. Ну, понятно, что если бы я там, может быть, ходил с футболкой Путина и весь там Z разрисованный, может быть, я бы получил по голове, но я не понимаю, не поддерживаю вообще, что же происходит, и, ну, соответственно, веду, как всегда, нормальный такой образ жизни, никому, грубо не мешаю или сам не делать, поэтому нигде ничего не встречаю.
Вы именно с России, правильно?
Да.
Никакой русофобии вы не встречали, да?
Нет.
Бедное население в Турции, ну, наверное, нас не любят, потому что из-за нас поднялись цены везде.
Ну, кстати, вот дискриминация, не знаю, дискриминации или нет, то, что прекратили выдавать ВНЖ русским.
Нет. Русофобия здесь нет, вообще нет, да? А как вы думаете, почему вот русские как бы сбежали, а плохого отношения нету к ним?
Почему сбежали? А почему должно быть плохое отношение? Мне кажется, что если человек адекватный, то и отношение к нему адекватное. Я от местных точно не чувствовала никакого негатива. Очень по-доброму относятся и к детям.
Никаких историй от других, может, россиян, что-то, ничего такого не было?
Кто-то в Грузии мне рассказывал, что там такие надписи на заборах иногда встречаются, там про русский военный корабль, но...
Здесь, в Турции?
So actually, you see, few people mentioned Georgia. So in Georgia, they really can have this negative attitude very often because Georgia suffered and keeps suffering from Russia, as you know. Because last time, I don't remember, 1 week or 2 weeks, so Putin actually cancelled by himself visa regime for air flights. And the president of Georgia, this lady, she was absolutely offended, I would say like pissed off. And she said like, it's not appropriate. It's an absolutely different country. And that's not only your decision, people, Russian people. That should be mutual decision between countries. How you can cancel visa to the country which didn't cancel those visa. Of course, Georgian people, they are much more on the side of Ukraine because they suffered almost the same what we had, not to that extent, but still absolutely catastrophic consequences, right? So in Georgia, Russian people really can meet a lot of negativism. Sometimes the doors of pubs or clubs or restaurants can be closed. People can, be really picky, can start, like to tell something to provoke them for some negative phrases and then beat them or throw them away. So in Georgia, that's really true. But as you see, absolutely normal people, Russian people, they are adequate. None of them support war. And of course, I understand, so they show that they're not supporting the war. And as the guy said, if I have some T-shirt with Putin or Russia, davai, davai, right? Or some Z or something like that, then of course, he said, I will get some punch into my head. So that's true. But if you don't demonstrate the dependence on Putin's politics, then you are safe and you are fine.
Да.
Нет, не сталкиваюсь. Есть какая-то бюрократическая волокита, но дискриминации точно нет.
То есть с русофобией не сталкивались?
Ну, у меня есть друг, который в какой-то момент встретил украинца, который начал на него там активно приезжать, угрожать. Ну, я лично нет, не сталкивался.
Я нет, вообще ни разу. То есть даже намного чаще сталкивалась с каким-то таким пониманием со стороны иностранцев. Вот. Единственная история, про которую я слышала, это что в Алании у ребят была ситуация. Им какой-то турок именно проколол шины, потому что машины на русских номерах. Как-то вот он негативно был настроен к русским. А я вот за год почти жизни здесь вообще лично ни разу.
То есть, вы знаете, сейчас популярна русофобия. Получается, в Турции, в принципе, это не принято.
Ну, я вот вообще не заметила никакой разницы. Я здесь часто бывала до начала всего этого. И для меня абсолютно ничего не изменилось. Все так же турки русским рады, иностранцы, как бы, я говорю, даже иногда с соболезнованием каким-то относятся.
Здесь, в Турции, нет, не сталкивался.
А где-то в другом месте сталкивались?
Нет, вообще к русским очень хорошие отношения. Все понимают, почему мы уехали. И в целом, то, что я встречал, это в основном поддержка.
А как вы думаете, почему, получается, русские сбежали в такой ситуации критической? Почему нет плохого отношения к ним?
Не все к этому так относятся. То есть понятно, что есть такое понятие, как коллективная ответственность. И я сначала даже очень сильно переживал на этот счет, что я там не остался бороться и так далее. Хотя, конечно, семья была против, чтобы я выходил на улицу. Но С другой стороны, ответственность несут те люди, которые принимают решения, у которых есть власть что-то поменять. Возможно, в большинстве своем люди это понимают. Ну, те люди в ту страну, в которую мы приехали. То есть даже с ребятами с Украины здесь общался, каких-то таких сложностей не было. И даже когда я говорил о своем чувстве вины, они с пониманием относились. Не пытались зашеймить меня или как-то обвинить в чем-то.
Я думаю, что потому что туркам, в общем, плевать местным, как бы на все происходящее, что просто они особо как бы не погружаются в это, да и все. Вот.
Ну, в Турции как русская, да?
Да.
Ну, вот сколько мы тут живем, никогда не сталкивались. Очень турки дружелюбные. То есть у них как бы Россия, о, братья, если там чуть-чуть знаешь турецкий язык, они так радуются. Буквально вчера ездили с таксистом, он нам рассказал, что у него вилла, там он этаж сдал русским, говорит, такая хорошая семья, такие детишки типа тихие, все хорошие, и вообще братаны.
А как вы думаете, почему вот русские сбежали, а к ним отношения все равно хорошие?
Ну, мне кажется, тут просто в целом немножко по-другому все показывается.
Вы знаете, сейчас...
So actually, see, the one guy told that Turkish people, they just don't care because it's somewhere. Okay, Ukraine. We discussed that. Human feelings, right? Kilometers of grief. The closer the grief to you, the more suffering. The more far from you, the less suffering. That's human beings' nature. And Turkish people, they really don't care because they know Russian people invest money, breed money. It's enough for them. And actually, they are probably more tolerant because they understand the reason why these people right here, just in Turkey, not in Russia. But also, guys, I want to mention, before we get started again, to continue watching this video, I would like to mention my opinion. I think Russophobia is a definition which was specially created by Russian government, by politicians, just as a reason to invade Ukraine. Because if we see really what's going on and what happened, Russian government or Mr. Putin himself, he actually implement Russophobia in all obvious features in reality. Tell me who killed the biggest amount of Russian-speaking people? Mr. Putin, Russian politicians. Who is killing Russian art, Russian culture right now? Mr. Putin and Russian politicians. Why? Because the best of the best pop stars, singers, actors, really the blossom, as we say in our language, blossom of this artistic and cultural life of the Russian culture, they went away, they went abroad. They are not going to return to Russia. So who suffered from this? Russian culture. So here's the paradox, as I would say. Russian people, Russian politicians use the definition Russophobia. Oh, sorry, my dog probably has an attack again. Russophobia was used especially by Russian government to invade to Ukraine and to explain to their people, to their population, why they want that. But normally in real life, you see Russian people don't have any negative emotions towards themselves, especially if they adequate people, normal people. Let's watch further, guys.
Популярна русофобия, вас это не коснулось вообще никак?
Не коснулось. Нет.
Я имею в виду русофобию. Вы знаете, сейчас популярна?
Нет, вообще нет. Никто не обижает. Ну, они понимают их, почему они сбежали, из-за какого режима. Кто не поддерживает режим, тот и ушел, в общем.
То есть русофобия сейчас популярна, это вас вообще не коснулось никак?
Не коснулось. Ни с какой стороны. Ни с русскоговорящих, ни с турецких, ни с английских.
Политика такая, что в принципе, как бы, если ты приехал к нам, значит у нас круто. Это как бы такая национальная гордость, национальная радость. Ну и плюс, мне кажется, вот этот большой все равно опыт общения, все равно какие-то бизнесы, общения, туристы. То есть настолько привыкли, и как бы нет такого, что русские какие-то показывают.
Ни разу. Причем мы переезжали сюда, ехали через Грузию, и мы в Грузии были пару недель с мужем. Нас очень сильно стращали, что в Грузии там чуть ли не нападают на русских, мы ни разу с этим не столкнулись, и для нас это было какими-то байками, то есть мы ни разу не столкнулись с тем, что там машину поцарапали. У нас машина на российских номерах, нас никто никогда не тронул, и в принципе...
Ну, скорее нет, чем да. Я замечаю немножко разные отношения к тому факту, что я русская. Там, в Грузии, например, в Турции разные отношения. И разные отношения в зависимости от того, откуда приехали люди. То есть я понимаю, что когда я общаюсь с украинками, с украинцами, они сначала так немножко поджимаются, и только после того, как они узнают мою позицию. Но так, чтобы какого-то хейта откровенного, именно русофобии, такого я не видела.
Как вы думаете, почему отношение к русским нормальное, несмотря на то, что они массово сбежали из своей страны?
Именно здесь, в Турции, я думаю, что туркам просто не очень близка эта повестка. Они не совсем понимают, что именно происходит, что насколько там идет война. Это где-то в другом месте, их это напрямую не касается, поэтому, ну, вот они как относились, так и относились, да. Они вообще думали раньше, что русские и украинцы — это примерно одни и те же люди, и вот сейчас только выясняют, что это разные страны и разные люди. Вот, и поэтому они, в принципе, как и ко всем туристам, продолжают относиться, ну, довольно позитивно, учитывая, что они в целом дружелюбные люди, хорошо относятся.
Конечно, когда...
So you see also this moment, I guess it will be still big difference if the person, if people meet, let's say, in Turkey or whenever, like, I mean, Ukrainian people and Russian people. So that's why the communication, the way of communication between them anyway will be different. But if the Ukrainian person living in Ukraine, suffering every day, probably having his personal tragedy, and meeting Russian people right here on the Ukrainian territory, the communication probably wouldn't be so positive, you know. But being in Turkey, so I guess I can feel that people who move there, they are not like suffering so much. So probably their attitude is a little bit different because they were not hurt so much. That's why probably, but normally, as we say, civilized people, of course, will find a way out and find a way to communicate normally. Yeah, let's continue, guys.
Приезжает очень много каких-то людей, каких-то, без разницы, каких национальностей, это прям волна миграции, мы все приехали в Турцию, то у местных это вызывает такое странное чувство. Ну, понимаете, тут мы жили в Фете, нам все было хорошо, нас было мало, уютно. А теперь, да, нас стало в 2 раза больше, и, ну...
Вы думаете, местные немножко напрягаются, да, по этому поводу?
Ну, конечно, напрягаются. То есть я не думаю, что это выражается в какой-то агрессии, это такое, ну, вот сидели мы все в насиженном гнездышке, нам здесь было классно, а тут приехало еще к нам очень много людей, и это просто такое, что они здесь делают, нам здесь было так хорошо.
Я владелица кафе, у меня гости, в том числе из Украины, и к нам приходят кушать, и ни разу с русофобией, естественно, я никакой не встречалась, то есть мы общаемся, мы первый месяц, когда приехали сюда, первое, что мы сделали, это мы поехали с палатками в горы с семьей из Украины, познакомившись просто в чате по интересам.
Лично я нет.
Какие-то истории есть?
Ну, была история, что у меня есть друг диджей, он типа играл где-то на вилле, и там пришли, вызвали полицию, короче, соседи турки, сказали, что, мол, громкая музыка, полицейские им сказали, что если бы это была турецкая музыка, то все было бы ок.
Лично я нет.
Может, слышали какие-то истории?
Только в интернете, но точно не с моими друзьями или знакомыми ничего не происходило.
Нет, не сталкивался.
Сейчас популярна русофобия, никак вас это не коснулось, да?
Меня лично никак не стало.
А может, вы слышали какие-то истории ваших друзей, что-нибудь?
Фитхие на самом деле ни разу, сколько здесь нахожусь, ни разу не слышал ничего подобного. Встречался даже с украинцами, многими, ничего, никакой русофобии даже от них не было.
Единственное, наверное, я столкнулась с тем, что просто из-за приезда русских здесь начинаются какие-то сложности, например, с открытием банковских счетов, но это просто из-за того, что стало очень много народа. Я не думаю, что это связано именно с русофобией.
Нет? Вы знаете, сейчас русофобия популярна, вы же из России?
Да. Турки мне показались очень, наоборот, доброжелательные. И когда узнают, что там я из России, они как-то ничего против не имеют, относятся так же, как ко всем.
Им какой-то турок именно проколол шины, потому что машины на русских номерах.
So guys, actually, as you see, everything is fine for with good, positive, not brainwashed people, no Russophobia. So once again, it's a proof for you also if you used to watch mass media and like governmental television. So the definition of Russophobia is just too much exaggerated, and normally, in reality, you can't find too many cases when really Russian people or Russian-speaking people are offended, neither by local foreigners nor by Ukrainian people. So that's it as for video, guys. I want to say hello to everybody. I will be back to your comments. First of all, I want to say hello and perfect Saturday. Hopefully everybody has a nice Saturday. And before I will start answering your questions, guys, to see your reaction on this video, or probably you're gonna share your experience. Yeah, I will make some announcements as always, especially for newbies at our channel and for you guys not to miss the chance. So you remember, we keep mentioning that your support and encouragement have been keeping our channel alive and thriving, educating members how to be successful with Slavic women, and helping save you guys from the clutches of the multi-billion-dollar pay-to-pay letter scam industry. And of course, you're welcome to become a member at our channel at www.buymeacoffee.com/Ukraine dating. This link is in the description. You can find it under this video and all the rest of our videos. Remember that we have different membership with different perks, including sending flowers and letter to any of our lady streamers. And hint, if she's a single lady and you are interested specifically in her, you should be bold, express your interest in the letter and send her your personal and social contact info, and who knows, maybe fate will have a surprise for you. Again, you're welcome to check out our membership and all the options and bonuses and benefits at www.buymeacoffee.com/Ukraine dating. Also, guys, remember that to cover our $1,500 monthly channel cost, we still need to raise another $653 for June. And I also would like to mention that you can do video chat with ladies and to explain how it works. So normally, you remember, you must be a member, like $10 per month to video date cam share with our ladies, but until the end of June, it's free. To get your unlimited live video dates, simply follow the instructions during the stream, and then the streamers enter the coupon code, but only when in studio. So coupon code you should receive by email, and then you are invited to have an unlimited dating all month for free. So guys, that's it for announcement. I'm glad to see all of you. And what I see your comment. Probably you want to share your experience. Vita, in the Netherlands, a Russian store owner has harassed and received death threats despite being against the invasion and having lived in the Netherlands for many years. Yeah, that depends on the mentality of people. I would say that European countries, they are more, not so much, not tolerant, but maybe more, they feel more sorry. They feel more sorry for Ukrainians because they can feel the risk. So that's why they will be showing sometimes more negative. I don't, of course, I never can accept violence, not reasonable violence. Violence can be fine only, can be fine only if you protect your family right here, right now, against specific people or specific events. But of course, such cases, that's terrific cases, and I don't think it's a good and it's a norm, but that's also, yeah, can be called as Russophobia, because the person probably takes the situation too close to his heart. So suffer, maybe, probably, together with Ukraine. Yeah, what? It was in the news and many spoke out against the people causing the Russian lady harm. It was actually a Ukrainian that helped her refill her store and help her out. You see. Yeah, very obvious case. And Vita, any history why Ukrainian or Russian like to visit Turkey? Yeah, I explained you, because it's a very good country actually to live if you're okay with heat, with summer heat for 2-3 months. Good prices, good area, green all the year, nice climate, except like June, July, and August, when it's like extreme, unbearable heat. Friendly people, sea all the year round, and actually it's a good chance to spend good time. Turkish people, a lot much like Ukrainian people. They have same mentality in many cases. We consider that European people, they are more cold, not so friendly. I mean, in the way how we communicate. Turkish people, they are fine also to make all these barbecues, parties together. You can be invited there just for breakfast, they are very hospitable, and they like to watch football matches together. They like to watch some movies. They like to spend a lot of hours in the company. So it can be accidental, unexpected call from Turkish person, from your neighbor or your Turkish friend, just with an invitation to watch something and to eat something tasty, to drink something, to spend some time together with the families outside or in somebody's apartment. And that's very typical for Ukrainian. That's why in Europe, as far as I understood, you can't do like that. You need to plan, you need to make an appointment far ahead, right? Because people are busy. It's not typical for European people, I guess, to meet late in the evening, to call each other after specific hours. So Turkish people, in this case, more like us, like Ukrainian or Russian people who used to, to make unexpected plans and to fulfill them right here and right now. Yeah, Derek, hello. Hope you're doing good. Good to see you again. Yeah, I'm fine. Trying to be fine. I'm trying to be fine. That would be more correct to say. And your question, what is the fly here in the room? And Vita, when Ukraine win the war, the Russian will have Ukraine phobia. Actually, it was a very interesting case today. I was reading some news in local Sumy public, and one lady, she sent some link. I pressed on this link because I was interested to know what she sent, like she shared. And it was the public called in Russian language, like Sumskaya Oblast, what means Sumy Oblast, and another name За наших. За наших means for ours, and this za was with the letter Z, English letter Z, and then Russian alphabet. That made me immediately suspicious because all the local publics, all publics in Ukraine, they are in Ukrainian language, first of all. Why Sumskaya Oblast is in Russian language and za наших with the Z. I looked through the chat immediately and I understood that it was just specifically Russian chat. Why it was Sumskaya Oblast, I don't know, but I see in some articles, in some news, they called Ukrainian people like very offensive words, really, with very offensive words. And actually, I get back to that local public and they said, why you send this shit here? Because it's a Russian public. And she said, no. I said, are you crazy? Open your eyes. First of all, it's in Russian. Second, it's za наших with the letter Z. And then look through the news, how they call Ukrainian people. So, yeah, actually, Russian people, I don't say normal people, like who went to Turkey or some European countries, but people who stayed in Russia, in majority of cases, they hate Ukrainians. I can see that in their publics, in Vkontakte, in Odnoklassniki, in their comments. Sometimes we have these collaborants even in our Sumy publics, and they're very happy to make us sad when we have siren, especially at night, and then people start to worry, to be nervous. You know, women start to like to say, "Oh my God, how long it's gonna continue?" People tired. People tired. Some people put likes or put champagne bottle, you know, these emojis. And we, of course, understand that we have some Russian people in our publics who just follow in the news, who enjoy the situation. They don't react, they don't comment, but they hate us, and that makes them happy. So every siren, every explode, every scream of the horror of our kids or women makes them happy. So they start to press emoji balloons, you know, like for happy birthday, like smiling, this clown face, like, you see, Ukrainian, you're gonna see what we're gonna make with you. By the way, guys, today very bad news I heard just before streaming. I watched some video, and you know, Kursk, it's the city, Russian city, where actually they have nuclear station. It's like a twin sister of Chernobyl nuclear power station. So this Kursk station right now is in a very bad condition. It's evaporating radiation right now. The territory, surrounding territory, is already polluted. Almost all employees already like starting to get sick. They drink a lot, so they are not like almost not controlling the situation on this station, and actually can be kind of provocation, can be like some action of violence, because they want again to blame Ukraine. And actually they said that Sumy Oblast, of course, will suffer the first and the most, because we are right here. We have even street in Sumy named Kurskaya, on behalf, in honor of Kursk, because before in Soviet Union it was like one country, you know. So yeah, so Ukrainophobia, of course, they have, and RussiaPhobia was created by them, definitely. Yeah. Yeah, what punctured their tires, which is what some Russian supporting people did to Ukrainian refugees here. Yeah, that's understandable. That's understandable. Tom Ramsey, good morning, Victor. Thanks. Thanks for the second name, Victor. And gentlemen, I understand that's a mistake. What? Vita, I think the phobia part also has to do with whether people are open-minded or not. Absolutely, yeah. Not every person of a nationality, ethnicity is bad, but some people find it easiest to stereotype them. Of course, just brainwashed people who has this, you know, closed mindset, and just they're like zombie, keeps repeating what they heard and what they watched on TV. program. And by the way, about Ukrainophobia, which mentioned Anne. So if you watch, guys, some Russian governmental channels, not even Telegram channels of Kontakte or Odnoklassniki, but just governmental programs on governmental level, I mean, what they say all the time: let's burn them all. All their kids should sink in the river. We should burn the whole Ukraine, adults and kids in their houses. This nation shouldn't exist. Ukrainians are worms. Ukrainians are parasites. Ukrainians this, Ukrainians that. That is horrible. And that is what is said on governmental channels. Have you ever heard something like that on Ukrainian channels? We are much more cultured. We have much better manners, and we don't let us use on governmental level such definitions, such expressions, and specifically provoking to kill people, women, kids, to burn their houses, to make here genocide. So the definition of genocide is exactly implementing even among kids right now, and they think that that's normal if the nation is like enemy nation, so that should be destroyed, demolished, killed, burned, or whatever. What you're pulling a Juan Antonio on Vita? What it means? I missed Juan Antonian greetings. Juan, hello once again. What do you mean by this comment? What? Sorry, I didn't get that. Tom, I'm ready to trash the trolls today. Good. I'm driving to California. Have a nice and safe driving. Don't type the comment. Better just listen. Yeah. Tristan, hello. Tristan, Mediterranean culture is quite friendly, open, and inviting to foreigners in general. Yeah, they have different mentality. They are more hospitable. Yes, absolutely. And they really like kids. You know, I remember when I was working with my younger daughter, she was in the pram, hardly working. If you go to the marketplace, you know, and some farmers selling there some fruits or vegetables, and they can share just for free, so they can give, you can buy how much you need, and extra they can wash and give just to the hands of the child. If the guy is selling something like some toys or something, so one toy or one candy like chupa chups or something, or apple, can be given, you know, to the child just for free. You, by the way, can never meet such situation in Ukraine. Never. In Turkish culture, that's absolutely typical. Absolutely typical. And I had, you remember probably I told you about the case when I was walking from the beach, from the sea, with my daughter home, and she wanted this device to swim, this round one, circle, or what to say. And she saw one in the nearest shop, and we were walking back and forth every day, and just saying hello, have a good day. So the guy, actually the owner, he knowed me like visually, at least visually, and he said like, oh, what your child wants? And they said, we want this circle, but we're gonna buy. I asked the price. He told me like $5 or something. It was cheap. But my daughter just, you know, kept it sitting in the pram and didn't want to let it. But I said I was trying to take it, and they said, okay, so because I didn't have money with me for that moment, and they said, tomorrow when we're going back to the sea, we're gonna buy it. Can you please put it aside? And tomorrow I will take it, pay and take it. And the guy actually told, oh my God, take it with you, and tomorrow you're gonna go to the sea, and you just bring me this $5 and that's it, no problem. Don't stress your child. So it's just like such a little thing to please the child. So take it with you right now. Tomorrow I see you walking here every day, so you're gonna give money back and that's it. Oh, I said, okay, thank you if you're fine with that. So tomorrow approximately this time we're gonna be here and I'm going to pay. And on the way back home we met my husband, who was going back from work, and he saw this circle in the hands of my younger daughter. So he asked, from where you get this circle? I say, oh, okay, so tomorrow I need to pay to the guy because my daughter took it right now, so he was so kind to give it till tomorrow, and tomorrow when I will be going to the sea I have to pay to the guy. And here was absolutely huge drama, jealousy drama, huge scandal. He ran away to the guy. He made a big conflict, almost a fight. I honestly felt absolutely ashamed at that moment. I was really sorry for the guy. And my husband was absolutely inadequate. Why you give her this circle? So you don't give to everybody. Why you give to her? It means you want her. Why you don't make such discounts or such favors to another tourist? And the guy said just calmly, because she's not a tourist. I know, I'm sitting here every day, and for many months she's working here at the same time, day by day with the child. And she speaks perfect Turkish. And I understand she is not tourist. Even if yes, even if she won't pay me back, that's just $5. I'm not a shop assistant. I'm the owner of the shop. And by the way, at that day, the guy got the baby. His wife born the baby, gave a birth to baby. And the guy was so happy that he really even didn't care about those $5. He wanted just to please the child and the mom, you know, like being polite. But that was, oh my God, dramatic situation. Next day I went to the guy and I say, really sorry. And of course I made a big election to my husband. And I said, with such a mentality, you guys never will go to Europe, because you are far from civilized world. It's like barbarians. Oh my God. You can't understand normal human being communications. You cannot understand when the people are kind to each other. And if somebody makes a discount for you or some present like that, so you immediately think that somebody wants your wife and you are ready to fight. Oh my God, that's like was too much for me. So that's also about a mentality of Mediterranean people, like two sides also. Jacob, Vitashenka, hello. That is ridiculous behavior. I don't understand being jealous in a relationship like that. I absolutely don't understand that as well, though honestly, I'm very faithful person. I have very strong beliefs and principles. And you know, also, I mentioned my positions many times. If I decide, or if I like someone, or if I don't want to live with this specific person, I would divorce and then just do something. But I will never bring dirtiness into the house, into the family. Everything should be discussed. Everything should be clear. Love can go away. I can accept that, and that can be, yeah. But unfortunately, the jealousy, dramatic jealousy, all these dramas were companions of our marriage. My husband even was able to become jealousy to the 15-year-old guy with whom I worked. So actually I worked with his mother, and he was having like a season work in our office, like bringing tea or water, bringing newspapers, bringing some stuff, you know, some papers, something like that. And we were really in a very good relationship with this guy. He was really cool, good boy from Moldova. And he had also a smaller sister, and he liked to play with my daughter. And once I invited him to go with us to the sea, honestly, I wanted to have a relax, because he was a good nurse. I see how he was playing with my daughter, and I saw maybe he will play with her and I can have some rest. And my husband considered that something dramatic in that situation. Like me, 28, 29, 30-year-old woman and 14 or 15-year-old boy. So, you know, it's paranoia, and I decide I'm not going to bear this till the end of my life. It's just too much. I don't want to be ashamed to say hello to people whom I see every day, who are nice to me, who are kind to me, you know, like shop assistant, like the farmer on the marketplace where I used to buy fish or tomatoes or honey for my daughter, because you come every day, and that's a normal culture to say hello, have a good day, thanks for service, thanks for products, you know. But unfortunately, my husband, all these situations, he consider that to be something not normal, and I said one day, enough. So yeah, that behavior, it's not even ridiculous, it's like paranoid or something like that. Yeah, guys, so we have kind of 5 minutes, and yes, guys, if you have some more questions to me regarding this or other topics, so you're welcome. Okay, Jacob, your question. And okay, I will get out and enjoy the weather before the storms come later. How is the weather in your area today? Okay, so it was the question to what? Okay, yeah, Jacob. Here's the question for me. Your husband went way beyond naughty behavior and demonstrated terrible behavior. That is unfortunate, and I am glad you got out of that terrible relationship. Absolutely, absolutely. And at the end of the day, you know, he cheated me. He cheated on me, and you remember I asked why. Was I a bad wife? No, he said just I wanted to prove to myself that I am a man. I said, okay, from now on, our ways are just, you know, go in different ways. His relatives, his aunts, they were conflicting with him. They asked me, they begged me, please stay, and we're gonna talk to him. I say, I don't need a man on the rope. It's not a dog. And I'm not a controller, I'm not a tamer. The person should have self-control. If he did it once, he will do it twice, and more and more and more and more. I have just one life, and I want to enjoy it with a beloved and loving and faithful person, because I think I deserve for better. I think. But that's not because he's bad. That's because of his childhood dramas, because his complexes, because he's not being confident in himself, you know. But that's not my problems anymore. Thanks God. Thanks God. Otherwise, I would be probably a very unhappy woman. Yeah. Vita, how is your Chatterton hit crazed yet? Honestly, I didn't went to see how he is. I guess he is fine. Not much eggs right now, but 2-3 a day we have. But he's not even singing songs because it's too hot now. Yeah. Tristan, I absolutely agree with you. Your husband's jealousy was based on his own insecurities. Yeah, and at the end of the day, it wasn't him to cheat, not me. Though, you know, yeah, it happens. So 2 jealousy people now makes me suspicious. It makes me suspicious. Jacob, real men or women don't cheat and demonstrate self-control. That's why we are human beings. We are not animals. We are not living by instincts. Yeah. So guys, I want to say goodbye right now. Unfortunately, I can't stay longer. I have a big issue with my eldest big dog. That's why actually yesterday I had a technical delay, and right now I see she has one attack again. So I have to go, okay? And we're gonna meet tomorrow, same time, 4 p.m. Ukrainian and 9 a.m. Eastern, okay? Have a great Saturday, guys. Goodbye.